JBN, we keep you informed. Body with gunshot wounds found in Kingston. The Elliston Road Criminal Investigation Branch is probing the circumstances surrounding the death of a man known only as Sawyers, whose body was found on Grimes Street, Kingston 16 on Sunday. The police say the body is of a fair complexion, slim build and about 5 feet 6 inches long. It was clad in a pink, grey and black t-shirt, short brown pants and a pair of black and white Adidas sneakers. The police report that about 2:15 p.m., residents saw the body and alerted them. On their arrival, the police say it was seen on the ground with gunshot wounds. The crime scene was processed and the body removed to the morgue. Investigators are asking anyone with information to contact the Elliston Road Police at 876-928-4200, Police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. St. Elizabeth man charged for fatally stabbing businessman. A St. Elizabeth man accused of stabbing a businessman to death is one of two persons who were arrested and charged with murder last week arising from separate incidents in 3 parishes. 2 other men were also arrested and charged for illegal possession of firearm, the Police Corporate Communication Unit CCU revealed. The police lauded members of the public for playing a significant role in the success of their investigations and urged more persons to come forward when the cases go to court. Witnesses strengthen cases by telling the judge and or jury everything they know about an event, the police said in a statement. The police said Shane Walker was formally charged on Thursday for the August 26 stabbing death of 26-year-old businessman Deshane Trenchfield, who is from Newell, also in St. Elizabeth. According to the CCU, the other man facing a charge of murder is Romario Green, also called Boo, a pest controller who resides in Falmouth, Trelawney. Green is also facing a charge of wounding with intent. The police allege that he and an accomplice went to the Trelawney home of Cordell Clark and shot him to death. Another man was reportedly injured in the incident. The 2 men charged with illegal possession of firearm are Sean Allen, 27, of Darling Street, Westmoreland, and Rowan Smiley, also called Boomed, 35, of 3 Chains District in Manchester. It's alleged that a gun was found inside Allen's home during a police operation, while Smiley is accused of pulling an illegal firearm and threatening a man with whom he had a dispute. Teenager dies in lightning strike in St. Catherine. A teenager died from a tragic incident on Sunday afternoon, September 8. 15-year-old Jonoy Dacus of Bamboo Ridge, Glengoff in St. Catherine, died after being struck by lightning in his community in a case that the police have classified as death by misadventure. Reports from the Glengoff police are that about 12:30 p.m., Jonoy was picking guineps during a thunderstorm when the incident occurred. He was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. No foul play suspected by investigators. Woman beaten for Hickey on her neck. A woman whose baby father bought a Toyota Prado with the intention of transferring the title in her name may have lost the opportunity to own the high-end vehicle after he allegedly observed a Hickey on her neck. The pair were traveling to the tax administration of Jamaica office in Kingston to effect the transfer when the man, Herman Moncrief, saw the love mark. He allegedly gave the woman a thrashing after the stunning discovery. Moncrief appeared in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on Friday to answer to charges of assault. It was further alleged that after that incident, Moncrief saw a man driving the vehicle with his child's mother inside and drove it down. He reportedly caught up with the vehicle when it stopped at a traffic light in Halfway Tree, St. Andrew, and proceeded to smash the glass. His attorney, Stephen Shaw, told a different side of the story. My client was working when he saw a stranger driving the vehicle and followed it, Shaw told the court. He said his client only smashed the window to his own vehicle because the doors were locked. The car was brought to transport their son, Shaw said. Both parties were sent to mediation by Senior Parish Judge Vaughan Smith. He quit Shadow Cabinet after Bunting loss. Member of Parliament for St. Anne North West, Dr. Dayton Campbell, has indicated that he resigned from the Shadow Cabinet to give People's National Party PNP President Dr. Peter Phillips a free hand. To give the leader the latitude to choose his team, Campbell said, explaining his decision to resign as opposition spokesman on health. According to party insiders, the Firebrand MP stepped down hours after Phillips defeated Central Manchester Member of Parliament Peter Bunting by 76 votes to retain the presidency of the PNP. Campbell was the face of Bunting's Rise United team during the bruising 3-month campaign for the internal election. He has been a member of the Shadow Cabinet since 2016, when he was appointed by then opposition leader Portia Simpson Miller as spokesman on agriculture. Campbell was appointed to shadow the health portfolio in September 2016 after Phillips took over from Simpson Miller. Holness sends off JDF soldiers ahead of Bahamas relief mission. Prime Minister Andrew Holness on Saturday addressed members of the Disaster Assistance Response Team DART prior to their departure to hurricane-ravaged Bahamas to assist in the recovery effort. Hurricane Dorian struck the northern part of the archipelago last Saturday, leaving at least 43 people dead. Jamaica will have a contingent of 120 DART members from the Jamaica Defence Force JDF in the Bahamas, who will provide assistance in the distribution of relief supplies, clearing of distribution routes, the re-establishment of power supply, among other things, according to the Office of the Prime Minister, OPM. Addressing the soldiers at the Norman Manley International Airport on Saturday afternoon, Holness told them that they were ambassadors who are giving great service to Jamaica and to Caribbean neighbours Bahamas. He also encouraged them to look out for those Jamaicans in Bahamas who needed assistance. The DART will be deployed to the Bahamas for an initial period of 30 days. The Royal Caribbean Air Force will be airlifting the troops and equipment to the Bahamas. Holness expressed gratitude to Laurie Peters, Canadian High Commissioner to Jamaica, for their assistance. Road deaths closing on 300 with over 3 months still to go. 26 persons died in motor vehicle crashes in August, marking the first time this year that Jamaica recorded less than 30 road deaths in a single month. At the same time, with well over 3 months remaining this year, Jamaica is close to recording 300 road fatalities in a single year for the 7th straight year. According to the latest figures published by the Road Safety Unit in the Ministry of Transport, 295 persons have died on the nation's roadways since January 1. This is a 19% jump when compared with the 247 road deaths recorded over the corresponding period last year. The last time road deaths dipped below the 300 mark was in 2012, when a total of 260 persons died in motor vehicle crashes. The 26 deaths recorded last month is in stark contrast to the 50 recorded in April, the highest for a single month this year. There were 39 road deaths in February, 37 in March, 36 each for January and June, 35 in July, and 32 in May, according to the figures from the Road Safety Unit. The figures reveal, too, increases across several categories of road users, including children, the elderly, pedestrians, and motorcyclists. According to the Road Safety Unit, 21 children and 90 motorcyclists have died in crashes this year, increases of 50% respectively when compared with the similar period last year. Laws needed to govern rent-a-womb industry. As the rent-a-womb industry increases in popularity across Jamaica, concerns are being raised about the importance of legislation to, among other things, protect vulnerable women from being exploited. Government Senator Carencia Morrison has called for consultations with relevant stakeholders to craft an appropriate policy. A surrogate is a woman who bears a child for someone else, usually because that person is unable to become pregnant. Increasingly, persons from all over the world who desire to be parents have been seeking women to be surrogates, which has led to a big boom in the industry. Many women even using it as their source of income, and more Jamaican women are now cashing in. In 2017, an international journal on sexual and reproductive health and rights titled Babies, Borders and Big Business stated that the worth of the commercial surrogacy industry is estimated at US $2.3 billion annually. And BBC News, in an earlier article this year, stated that as far back as 2012, the industry around surrogacy was worth an estimated US $6 billion a year. We are speaking about women who are unable to carry a child for whatever reason, and we certainly want to take their desire into consideration for raising a family. But at the same time, we also have women in society who are vulnerable because of poverty, and who may want to see this as an opportunity, not necessarily to enrich themselves, but maybe see it as a way of earning a living, offering themselves in this way with very little knowledge of the pitfalls in this industry, said Morrison. We have a duty to speak for them. We have a duty to protect them, and we have a duty to ensure that they make use of the right options. We have to ensure that there is health care that will speak to the different fallout that may happen. We have to ensure that they are not at all exploited and their rights are protected. Morrison's concerns echoed those of countries like India, which banned commercial surrogacy because persons from abroad who could afford it saw the country as fertile ground. The ban sought to protect vulnerable women from exploitation. In its most extreme analysis, this could be a new type of slavery about to emerge within regional waters. We have to pay attention to this and ensure that as far as Jamaica is concerned, there will be no buying and selling of babies here, not at all, said Morrison. We have called for consultations, then we will sit down, talk, craft policies, look at the legislation, and to look at how we're going to regulate this thing. I want to go full circle on this matter. There are numerous cases that reveal what could go wrong before and after surrogacy that notable persons overseas have provided as a framework that could be used in crafting policies. Meanwhile, Attorney-at-Law Sherian McGregor said she was pleased that concerns about the surrogacy industry have gotten the attention of the legislators. My hope is that there is a comprehensive review of the entire issue concerning not only surrogacy but IVF and other matters, for example, DNA testing to verify paternity, which is still not a part of the legislation that deals with the declaration of paternity, said McGregor. I hope that the fact that the media has brought the issue to the fore will not mean that the legislators will focus on it now and then it will die in the water. I hope that a concerted effort will be made to ensure that the issue gets the proper attention that it deserves. Obstetrician and gynecologist and director of the Hugh Winter Fertility Management Unit, Dr. Vernon Da Costa, said that this month they'll be hosting a workshop on surrogacy to start a conversation with the government surrounding legislation. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, leave us a comment and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.